There we go. All right. Welcome on to the call tonight. We've got an exciting week coming up, next couple of weeks. We just got back from Cancun. How cool is that? We just had a blast in Cancun. We had 60 of us that went down there for the getaway. Did lots of networking. We had made lots of friends down there, and just a wonderful time that we had in Cancun. We are planning another one for the spring. We hope you can join us. We have a Facebook site for that. So if you're interested in that, shoot any of us an email or a message on Facebook, and we'll be glad to get you on that site so you can be updated on what we have coming up. So thank you so much for being on tonight. We are excited to have you here tonight. My name is Roger Pascal. I am with Real Impact Training. We have multiple locations throughout Texas, and we are here to help you with your real estate business and your real estate investing, and helping you build that business plan that you need to be building. So we're excited about that. And first of all, we're going to open this up. I've asked our gentleman, Tony Jardu, has the Arlington and Waco locations, to come on and give us a little training tip for tonight. So Tony, CJ, can you throw Tony on real quick?
I'm on, Roger. All right. Thanks, Roger. Appreciate it. So I'm Tony Jardu. My wife, Cindy, and I, we operate the Impact Arlington location and the Impact Waco location. And tonight I'm going to give a brief little story, and it's going to culminate in a tip. And it involves a real estate transaction, one in which that we started about 6 weeks ago. I had received a phone call from a realtor, and the realtor had asked me if we would be interested in taking a look at a possible real estate investment on the lake in Waco. So Cindy and I said, well, yeah, Lake Waco's pretty nice. Got a lot of nice homes around there. Be nice to have that opportunity. Well, wasn't Lake Waco. There's another lake down there. I mean, we lived there for 15 months. I didn't even know about this other lake. And it's maybe, I don't even know what the current name of it is, but it was affectionately known as TPL Lake, Texas Power and Light. They used to operate a facility over there. So we contacted the person who has the property. It happened to be a friend of the realtor. And she told us that she lives in Dallas, but the property was built by her father, who passed away a couple of years ago. And her brother's been living there ever since. And she just wanted to sell the property, get done with it. She's tired of having it hang over her head as part of the estate. She's what is called the executrix of the estate. So we went and took a look at the property, and it was built in 1987, but it was in great need of repair. In fact, there was so much stuff, she called it junk, so much stuff all over the place. We had a hard time even looking at the property, but we knew that there was a considerable amount of deferred maintenance. Probably had not been touched as far as any kind of repairs ever since the father built it in the 80s. And the son was just living there, and he just had junk everywhere. Couldn't even walk in the garage. So we told her we would run some numbers. I get back to her, which we did. We estimated repairs of about $70,000 to $75,000. And this is about a 1,500 square foot home, 2 bedrooms, 3 baths, a little bit of an odd layout. And we ran our numbers, came up with what we felt was a pretty good offer. And we emailed her the offer, and I called her. And we always offer cash plus 2 forms of seller financing. And she opted for the cash offer. We negotiated a little bit, settled on a price that was well within the range that was acceptable to us. And so I sent her a TREC contract. And she had wanted 60 days to close because she has to get her brother out of the property, and that's going to take a while. So I was agreeable to that. 60 days is okay. And I put in what we normally put in, $10 earnest money, $10 option fee. Now, this lady, very nice, never met her in person. We just talked on the phone. She told me up front she had no real estate experience. and that she just wanted to be done with this because it was causing too much stress in her life. And I said, we will make this as easy as possible. We've done a lot of these, and we'll take care of this. We'll take care of all the closing costs. In fact, you don't even have to move all the junk out. We'll make it that simple. Just get your brother out. We'll take care of removal of all the junk. She said, great. 4 weeks later, we hadn't signed the contract. She wanted to show it to an attorney because she was uncomfortable. And I said, okay. The attorney, 4 weeks after we had first agreed in principle to do this, provides some comments. And his comments were pretty interesting. One, by the way, the purchase price we agreed on was $48,000. And one of his first comments was, well, we want $1,000 earnest money. And I did mention to her that, even realtors don't ask for that. They'll ask for maybe 1% of the purchase price. But I know some investors will go higher than that if they really want the property. And I said, but that's not the thing that bugs me the most about this. 10 different changes in the TREC contract. And I'm not talking about a couple of words here and there. This attorney changed whole paragraphs, deleted them, put in his own verbiage, to the point where a couple of the paragraphs that he had created, he had in two of these paragraphs, it's amazing, one sentence in each paragraph. And each of those sentences had over 160 words. So in my mind, kind of a typical attorney, just run on sentences and filler to the point where you have no idea what the heck the paragraph is saying. So I told her I was not agreeable to those changes. And she said, well, let me contact the attorney. And I said, if you could, please find out why this attorney wants all these changes. So she called me back and she said, for instance, in paragraph 9 of the TREC contract, there's a statement, a provision in there about the seller will provide a general warranty deed. He wanted to change that to a special warranty deed. And I said, well, what's the purpose of that? And he said, she shouldn't be held liable for anything that occurred prior to her father buying the property. And I said, there was no building on the property until your dad built the property, built the house. And then he said, I should stay firm with all the changes. All right. And I told her, look, we tried to do this to help you ease your stress, but clearly this attorney, who by the way is her brother-in-law, and she actually admitted to me that she doesn't have a great relationship with the guy. She said that this has created a lot more stress. And I said, the contract as it's written is neutral. It protects you, protects me. There really is no need in this simple transaction to change the verbiage in there. You're well protected. We are buying the property. And when we close, we take on all responsibility for that property. He even wanted 5 extra days for the brother to leave after closing. And I said, well, if he's trying to protect you from liability, why would you need to have 5 extra days? There were 60 days to close anyway. Nonetheless, this long sordid tale, here's how it ends. I told her, if you're remaining firm, I'm going to tell you that the attorney's not doing you any favors. And I cannot agree to any of his changes because the verbiage that is in there is fairly one-sided and it's not neutral any longer. And I can't take that risk. We are agreeable to taking on the risk of buying this property for $48,000, and it's going to require $70,000 to $75,000 of repairs. That's the risk I'm agreeing to do. And we take this off your hands. At this point, she was pretty distraught. And she felt like she had to take the advice of the attorney. And I said, okay, I can understand your feeling, but I'm no longer interested in purchasing your property. And that's how we ended it. Since we didn't sign and execute the contract, there was no need to terminate it because it hadn't been signed. And I told her, good luck, contact the realtor who referred me to you and ask his opinion about it. And by the way, I did call him because he's kind of a friend of mine, and he couldn't believe it because she was so eager to sell this. But here's the lesson in all that. And here's my tip. It's actually 2 tips. One is you need to be aware of the language in any agreement that you sign your name to. And if you're not familiar with the TREC contract, peruse it, read it. If you don't understand some of the terms in there, if you don't understand some of the language in there, get somebody to explain it to you. And if you sign any other type of agreement, make sure you understand what's being required of you. I was not willing to agree to the changes because they didn't make sense to me and they were too one-sided. And so I'd rather miss out on that opportunity than to get into what possibly could have been a very difficult and challenging transaction, because I don't think it was going to end at the time that I closed. So make sure you understand legal narrative that's been written in agreements. If you don't, hire someone who can, and they can advise you. And secondly, do not be afraid to walk away from a deal. Because once I told her we were done, I stopped thinking about it until a few minutes before this meeting today, where I felt like I wanted to talk about it. And I feel good about my decision. Because now I'm not spending any more time on it. I'm going to spend time where it needs to be spent on higher priorities. So don't be afraid to walk away from a deal. Don't be so hungry to get one that you'll just agree to language that you're not even sure what it means. Because if it's too complicated and you're just afraid you don't understand it, maybe that's not the deal for you. So Roger, that's my advice, my tip for tonight.
Wow, Tony, that is a great story. That happens periodically. It doesn't happen a lot, but I have seen it happen. I've seen lawyers show up at the closing so they can get paid by the other party. It's always interesting to see that happen. And they need to show their worth on what they're worth, and that was a perfect example of that. How interesting is that that process? What do you think the chances are that she's going to wind up calling you back at a later time?
No, I think that there's a chance that she will, because what's probably going to happen if she doesn't want to put this with a realtor, or even if she does hire a realtor, maybe it'd be my friend, it's only going to be an investor who's going to want to buy this property because it needs so much work. And she's going to go right down the same path. However, there are investors out there who won't look at the fine print. And so someone might be agreeable to purchasing this. And if they get the right person to read the fine print for them, they're going to find that this contract is a little bit too one-sided and not in their favor.
Absolutely. That is a great lesson there. Great information for all investors to know. We're going to be seeing a lot of these properties come up as we go forward, coming out of the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people out there that, that our job is to bring solutions to the table. We're problem solvers. And once again, it is always an amaze to me. And as you know, I do a lot of subject to, so this kind of thing comes up periodically in a subject to, because it's not a traditional sale as per se. And they get that friend of their roommates, college, uncles, aunts, whatever relationship that is, wind up with somebody that totally flubs up the deal. And in the case of subject twos, in that case, they normally go into foreclosure because they're already in a bind to go forward with that. So yeah, that is a cool story. To remain to be seen what happens if you ever find out what happens. She could come back to you and say, I fired my brother-in-law and let's get this thing done. I'm ready. I want this behind me. Yeah, so
I agree. And Roger, you said something that I kept thinking about through the process, and we are problem solvers. She clearly has a problem. She has a property that she does not want, and it's just causing too much stress. And I thought, okay, how can I solve this woman's problem? And I had it solved until she brought in a third party who created more of a problem. And then I didn't want to deal with that at that point. There's not enough skin in the game in this property for it to be worth my time and effort to chase it down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is something that once again I'm going to be interested to know in the next coming weeks or months or or whatever, if you hear back on excuse me, on what happens with her on that basis.
Well, the easy thing for me is she is now in our CRM, and she will be followed up with via some periodic emails from me. And it's an autoresponder program, so I don't have to do any heavy lifting. I'll just set them up in the beginning, and then she'll continue to get some emails until she tells me to stop sending them or she's ready to sell me the property.
Absolutely. Well, good deal. Thank you so much for that tip. That is great. We're going to have you come back on here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to talk about what's going on in Arlington and Waco, but first we're going to throw who do we have on here right now? Let me look and see. I think we got Renee on here. Renee, you got a meeting coming up. Well, first of all, if Nancy's not on here, I don't think she is. Let me talk about her meeting real quick. We're having a meeting. Hang on just a second, Renee. Just stay pretty and stay where you're at. We keep you on the screen right now. But I want to throw this out there real quick on Tyler. We'll be doing a meeting out there on Tuesday night in Tyler. It'll be subject to, we have a large event coming up in Fort Worth on November the 13th, which is an all-day subject to training. And you can reach out to any of our locations and get a link to that and find more information about that. But Tuesday night at 6:30 networking, 7:00 will be the meeting. We're going to be at the Better Business Bureau in Tyler, Texas on Copeland Road, which is right off of 69 South. If you know Tyler, 69 South by all the shopping areas and not far from the from all the Gander Mountain and movie theaters and all that kind of stuff. But Copeland Road there, you go, you're going to go east on Copeland, and the Better Business Bureau is going to be on, I believe it's Grant and Copeland, if I'm not mistaken. But you can go into any of our meetup sites, but MeetUp Tyler, Impact Tyler will have that exact location, and you can click on that and get reminders of it. But I'm going to be talking about subject 2. We're going to talk about what's coming up out there and what's happening. There's a lot of rumors going out right now on what's going on in the industry, and I'll talk about that later. But Tuesday night, Tyler, Texas, we're going to have that. And then CJ, if you can put Renee back up here, and we're going to have her talk about Longview and what's going on in Longview.
Hey everybody, how are you tonight, Roger?
I am doing super. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm so glad to be with you guys tonight. Doug wanted to be here, but he's not feeling great, so I'm just going to represent us both this evening. So I'm excited to let everybody know that we are having a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks, and oh my goodness, I'm thrilled to have this speaker come in. His name is Randy Draper. He's written a book called Happy to Do It, and he's going to be talking about how important it is to have the right attitude, the right actions, and make the right choices when it comes to real estate investing, and bringing that all wrapped around the concept of doing it with a great attitude. And so I wouldn't say rah, 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 but I would definitely say Randy's a motivational speaker, and he will fire you up and get you excited about investing in real estate.
All right, good deal. Thank you so much. I'm having a little delay on my computer right now, so maybe I need to upgrade, and maybe my Windows 98 thing isn't working real good. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too cheap for that. So, but That is going to be, tell us again the date and how to register for that meeting.
Okay, that's Monday, October 18th. It's going to be here in Longview at the Big Red Barn. The address is 197 Berry Patch Road. You can find us on Google, 197 Berry Patch Road. Networking starts at 6:30, of course, with chips and salsa from T. Blanco's. And then our meeting begins at 7, and we're usually done by 8:30. So hope you'll come and join us.
All right. All right.
You still there, Roger?
Tony, Rogers' internet just went out.
All right. So Roger's having some technical difficulty. So Renee, anything else to add about the meeting or anything else you have coming up?
Well, other than just the fact that, Roger's going to do a training on November 13th in Arlington on subject 2. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to let people know that, Doug and I went to a couple of these trainings that Roger did on the subject 2 process before we actually stepped our toe in and did our own subject 2 property. Mm-hmm. And we're currently working on that right now. We've got probably 3 weeks left before we're ready to put it on the market and sell it. But what's exciting about any time that you grasp hold of a new technique that you haven't done, of course, there's that learning curve, right? But you've got people like Roger out there willing to help you. There's books out there like I'm actually reading Are You Dumb Enough to Be Rich right now? And I'm on the chapter about subject 2. So I'm just kind of got subject 2 all over my brain right now. And what's exciting about that and how I find that beneficial to all of us here tonight is that as we move forward in our real estate investing, we have a great place to connect with other people who might be doing something we haven't done yet and can offer us guidance and advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great point, Renee. Really appreciate you bringing that up. And I think Roger, if we can get him back later, there he is. He's going to talk more about that subject 2 training. Okay, Roger, you're back on.
All right. Good deal.
All right.
Good deal. I am sorry about that. I'm having a little computer challenge tonight, but we're making it through it. It's all this has to go to the moon and back, right? That's kind of how that works. Okay. We have a few things that we have going on here, but first of all, Renee, thank you so much for being on here tonight. We look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, Monday, to see who your guest is and what they have to offer. Renee and Doug have a absolutely phenomenal meeting. They have it's absolutely great. So we're excited about that. We're going to see you there. And there we go. Okay. All right. Thank you, Renee. And then if we can put Karen on here real quick, she's going to talk a little bit about our Decatur Alliance meeting and some other things that are going on. Okay, there we go. Hello, Karen.
Karen, you're muted.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
I am not Pam Cleary, for all those wondering. Pam her granddaughter is in homecoming tonight or homecoming parade tonight, so she couldn't be here, and she asked me to present this to you guys. So Decatur Alliance, their upcoming meeting, their location will be presenting the meeting, How to Get Your Mind Right and Get Your First or Next Deal. So mindset is everything. And that is going to be held on Tuesday, October the 19th at 6:30 at Big Shots Golf in Fort Worth. The address is 15700 Golf View Drive. That's 15700 Golf View Drive, Big Shots Golf. And she's also, I'm super excited about this. She's also starting a bi-weekly women's Zoom call. So she's inviting all the ladies. When we were in Cancun, we ran into a lot of women that said, "Oh, I'm his wife. Oh, we experienced that a lot." And I talked to them and I said, "Hey, you know what? I used to be right there where you are. So don't sell yourself short. Get out there and support him. Learn as you go. And so that's what Pam has decided to do. And she's going to be holding the first one on October the 14th. That's a Thursday night, October the 14th at 7 p.m. And she'll be posting that on MeetUp and on her Facebook group as well. And of course, as always, feel free to reach out to any of us and we'll get you in touch with Pam on her email or cell phone number, or you can call me. Doesn't matter. We'll get you to the right group and we'll get you the right links and all the information.
Very good. Very good. So Pam has a phenomenal meeting out there. They're close to the Alliance Raceway or Texas Motor Speedway in the Alliance area. Big Shots is kind of behind Buc-ee's there. So if you know where Buc-ee's is on 35W, just south of Denton, in the Alliance area, that'll be where we're at. So I'm looking forward to that meeting and looking forward to seeing everybody out there. So Karen, thank you so much. Now, Karen,
yes,
you were a huge instrumental part in making our getaway in Cancun as fun as it was and
my pleasure,
productive. So we're in the preliminary planning stages right now for a spring getaway.
Yes,
but we had 60 people there. How
we
cool
did.
is that?
I was absolutely blown away. You know, we discussed goals, and to hear everyone's goals and to hear how much they thought about what they wanted in life and how they were going to get it. I was just truly moved. I mean, some of them, you know, they really thought hard because I'm sure they were like me. They had a list, and then shoot, every couple of days and even the morning of the meeting, I was writing, like changing mine. I'm like, that's not big enough. Dennis says dream big. But you know, time with my family is, my kids they're at home. They've lost their father. So it's just them and myself. So I want to be able to spend time with them. And that's why I do what I do. I can continue to work from home. And they're super supportive of me going on my trips and going and looking at houses and going to my meetings as long as they don't have to go with me. So I've got to work on that. They would have liked Cancun.
There you go. Yeah, it was so much fun. Made tons of new friends out there. Did some great networking. Found out what other people do. Learned new ways to do real estate. How cool is that to go on vacation and learn how to make your business better?
Exactly. And it didn't matter where you were. We were talking about real estate. It didn't matter at all. I mean, I guess when we went to Tulum, we probably didn't discuss real estate, but if anybody had been talking about it, I would have been discussing it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't think I saw anyone not smiling. I mean, even if it was early in the morning or late at night, we were smiling the entire time, and there was not a bad time had. And I'm definitely looking forward to the spring. I think February, March, but it will be more expensive, and we'll probably have more, even bigger turnout. Probably gonna need a bigger meeting room. That's always my goal, to bust the meeting rooms. That's my goal.
That's right. Absolutely. So that is just, yeah. If you, so we have a Facebook page on that.
Yes.
What is the name of that? Getaway?
Mastermind Getaway for Real Estate Investors. PM any of the groups and they'll get you into it if you're interested in going. Now, keep in mind, this is not a group to discuss deals or anything else. This is just for people interested in the Mastermind Getaway. And sometimes I throw a tip and trick in there occasionally because it's things that pertain to what we discussed at the getaway to begin with. We did have a mastermind. It wasn't all just fun and games. We did do some, we did have our meetings, and they were still fun. It was great.
Absolutely. We had Randy Hughes there.
We did.
We had Ed Zimmer,
Ed and Lisa.
Ed and Lisa there from Oklahoma City. They do a lot of multifamily, so that was a lot of fun there. Of course, you were there, Dennis, myself. So we had a great turnout there. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of getaways. My wife and I leased out a speedboat, and we kind of ran through the inner channels there and a little bit of the ocean. So we had a lot of fun with that. I got a lot of feedback from her: go slower, go faster, watch out for this, look out for that. So she was a great backseat driver. So that's kind of and we were laughing about it because
I didn't get to drive the boat either.
That's right.
I'm always the backseat driver. I just let somebody else take control. But
That's right.
I know we went to Tulum. There were some people that went deep sea fishing. That's what you call it. Yeah, deep sea fishing. And I heard a lot went on the tequila tasting and shopping trip. Gosh, what else? Oh, and y'all did the speedboat. So I think everybody went and did, what they wanted. And that was great. We had one day that was completely open to go do anything like that. And then, of course, our meetings were in the morning. So everybody had all afternoon to go on excursions or swim in the pool. And the food was fantastic. The resort had actually been hit by the hurricane a month before we went. So they were still in the process of getting it cleaned back up and getting it going. Dennis said he was really upset, really nervous because whenever they arrived, the pools were empty, or some of the pretty pools that were empty. And we walked in the first morning and I went, oh goodness. And it was filled up by that afternoon or the next day. So, if you're a resort open year round, you've got to do maintenance during some time.
Absolutely. And another exciting thing is we had a couple there. They had been in a relationship for a while and they got engaged. And
it happened. Still hasn't happened for me there, but I'm gonna keep trying.
That's right. Well, I have a shotgun, so we can make it happen.
Bring it.
I do. So, all right. But yeah, it's that's the second time that a relationship has been built. Now this couple had been dating for a while. They came together, but he did popped the big question. They were actually having dinner in a cave.
Oh my gosh. It was amazing. This was, can I say their names?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Kenneth Waters and Jen Wynn, and they're up in the Frisco area. And we're hoping that they join us as, Impact Master Trainers. We're hoping that they join us and come teach with us. And we're really excited about it. They're a lovely couple, very charismatic, and she. Oh my gosh, they're just a really fun couple.
They are. It was just such a pleasure to see that happen. All right, Karen, thank you so much. Anything else going on? If anybody's interested in becoming an Impact Master Trainer and running a group and being a teacher for real estate, you need to reach out to Karen Maxwell. And Karen is all over the place, but you need to reach out to her. She can be found on Facebook. She can be found on our website, realimpacttraining.com.
Oh gosh, no, not the website. The website's not working.
There we go.
I need help.
Right.
I need help with that. Somebody help me. It used to be connected to ClickFunnels, and now it's not, and I don't know what to do. And I have to call them to fix it, but it will be up eventually. But you can always find me on Facebook.
Very good. Very good. So we're having our Impact training this Friday. So if you're we're having our Impact networking, Impact Master Trainer networking event Friday. So if you're interested in that, reach out to any of us, anybody in Impact, and we can get you information on that if you're interested in becoming a master trainer or and having a location somewhere. So we talk to you about that, make that happen.
And as a matter of fact, I wanted to say a little bit about that. I talked to Emily, and she said, "Oh, I'm just not ready to teach. I don't know enough myself." But that's the best part about being a member of Real Impact. It's actually a franchise, and you get to, number one, learn by teaching, but you're going to get the deals brought to you. You're going to be known as the local expert in your market, as the go-to guy that can answer any questions and solve problems, because we are problem solvers, as Dennis is teaching us. Look at every problem. Oh gosh, I just messed it up. Oh, treat the problems like projects. So don't think of them just as a problem. How do we solve it? Let's just fix it. So we fix projects for sure.
All right.
And so our goal at Real Impact is to change people's lives through real estate investing. And so you're going to have deals brought to you by your group members, from your students, your mentees, and from other people that will just know that you're the go-to guy. So you'll sharpen your own real estate investing skills, because like I said, you're learning. And I love this story. I just heard this a while back, and I wanted to remember this. Dennis has been investing in real estate for 50 years, and he didn't know about land trusts. So what did he do? He picked up the phone and called someone to come teach his group about land trusts. And now they are two peas in a pod. Randy and Dennis, Randy, if you've met Randy, you probably have his cell phone number, more than likely, because he's just that genuine of a guy. And so Dennis didn't know about land trusts, so he had someone come in and teach it. And then, of course, he delegated, because Dennis is an expert at delegated that to someone on his staff to do those for him. So now he just says, hey, put this one in a land trust, and they do it. So I just thought that was really cool. So yeah, if anyone's out there is interested in having your own meetup group and becoming an Impact Master Trainer, we provide all the materials for you. You can run a meeting just from the materials that we give you, but you're going to have to learn it to present it. So you're going to learn. You're going to learn a lot. And you don't have to be an expert in every market, because if you don't know one of the strategies, you're going to learn it. You can call Roger to find out about subject 2, and he'll help you through it.
Absolutely. Well, Karen, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So before we get and you're doing a phenomenal job. I mean, we had so much fun in Cancun. So before we get Tony back on here, I wanted to throw out there, Tim can't be on tonight. He's our master trainer for the Wichita Falls area. But this Saturday morning at 9:30, he is doing a meeting, and he has a wonderful presentation of how COVID-19 has changed our real estate investing world. So we want to promote that. If you're in the Wichita Falls area, you can go into MeetUp and go into Impact Wichita Falls. You can go into Facebook, Impact Wichita Falls, or you can reach out to any of us and we can get you that information. 9:30 at the Chase Bank building on Kemp Boulevard. And that's going to be Tim Lockhart will be presenting how COVID-19 has changed the world, real estate investing world. There's lots more to come on that, but make sure you've got that in your notes, and we hope to see you there. I'll be there Saturday morning, so we hope to see you there at that point. We've got some questions on chat. So before we go to the questions on any of the chat part of it, would like to get Tony back on here. So Tony, come on and tell us what's going on with Arlington and Waco, Texas.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Roger. So October 20th, Impact Waco. We are going to have our grand opening real estate investment group meeting. That's a Wednesday night. This is our inaugural meeting. So we're going to have it at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Waco South. That's located at 5701 Legend Lake Parkway in Waco. And we're going to be talking about, are there any good deals in this market? And I'll be the presenter that night. And this is a free event. It's going to start at 6 o'clock. Networking food will be available 6 o'clock. At 6:30, our meeting will start promptly. There are going to be door prizes and a special drawing for anyone who brings 2 or more people. You'll be entered in a special drawing if you bring 2 or more people. So we hope to see the folks in Waco. Join us that night, October 20th, at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites. And I'm going to guarantee you that you're going to get a lot of information that night that's going to make a difference in your investing career. The next night, October 21st, Impact Arlington. My wife Cindy and I will be hosting that meeting as well. That is the 3rd Thursday of the month. That's our regular meeting time in Arlington. We'll meet at Texas Golf Center, which is located at 8420 Creek Run Drive, Fort Worth. Easy access off I-30 and East Chase Parkway in Arlington. Our speaker that night is Andrew Postel. Andrew is a mortgage lender with guaranteed rate, but Andrew's going to talk to us about the BRRRR and the BLRRR methods of real estate investing. Because Andrew's been an investor for 20 years. He's a great mortgage loan officer, but he's also an investor. And Andrew's going to bring a lot of information to the group that night in Arlington. Once again, that's a free event. We start Arlington at 6:30 for networking and food, and the meeting will start sharply at 7 o'clock. Same as Waco, door prizes, and a special drawing for anyone who brings 2 or more people. And then 2 days later, again at the Texas Gulf Center, October 23rd, we're going to have a special training event. It's an elite workshop, and it's called, Please, Can I Borrow Some Money for My Real Estate Investment Deal? See, I was in banking for 38 years with a heavy emphasis on credit and lending. And when I joined the ranks of real estate investing, I found that a lot of folks don't know how to be bankable. They don't know what it takes to actually go to a bank and present well. Well, I'm going to change that at the workshop. I'm going to teach real estate investors how to be more bankable and where and how to find the money for your private money deals. So we're going to talk about that Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. We'll network for a little bit, and then the meeting will start at 9:30 and run for a couple of hours till 11:30. There will be a cost for that workshop. It's $49 in advance and $59 at the door. So $49 in advance and $59 at the door. If you are interested, provide your information in the comment section. You can find us on meetup.com/Impact Arlington. If you're not already a member, join, it's free, and go to the event for October 23rd, our elite workshop on being more bankable. Thanks, Roger.
Very good. I was talking to some investors today, and that's exactly the question they had. How can I be more bankable? What can I do where I don't have to depend on hard money, where I don't have to depend on traditional, let's go down to the bank and not know which bank to go to, because there's a lot of great banks out there that we all borrow money from. There's some banks out there that can be challenging for an investor. So that's going to be a great presentation. I'm excited to see that coming up, and I'm going to be excited to be there and learn more about it.
Great. Looking forward to sharing.
All right. Thank you so much, Tony. We have Tony, if you can stay on. CJ, let's keep Tony on for just a second. We've got a couple of questions in the chat area. And the first one I can answer really easy. And that's where this is from Bob Fleming. Bob, you've asked, where do I go to acquire the documents to do a subject to? Real simple question. November the 13th, we're having a full day subject to class, all day training. Starts at 9 a.m. in the morning, goes till 5. We have lunch in there, but the documents are going to be there. I had to go to an attorney years ago, and I had an addendum made for the subject to that kind of walks everything through it. I've got a checklist for it. I have some other documents that we supply in that training for everybody in that training. And we would love to see you there. Bob, I don't know where you're at, but it's going to be in Fort Worth, Texas. And then I will be presenting a 1-hour overview of what subject to is and how to go about it at each of our locations. So that'll be coming, for the most part, that'll be coming towards the end of this month and the beginning of November. So that's the real easy question there. Tony, we've got Mr. C.T. Ford, or I don't know, Mr., but C.T. Ford. How can I get a foreclosure list from the county office?
Well,
what do you suggest on that?
Yeah. So you can actually go to the county office and get the information yourself. It becomes available 3 weeks prior to the auction date. So first, I guess we should address the auction date, which is the first Tuesday of every month in all the counties in Texas, rain or shine. And if you're not familiar with that process, if you've ever heard that properties are sold on the courthouse steps, that's exactly what happens. They're sold outside the courthouse and sometimes right on the courthouse steps. So you can get the information. Texas is a non-judicial state for foreclosing, and lenders will post properties for foreclosure 3 weeks prior to the auction, 21 days. It is a fast process here in Texas. So you can go down there and try to pull the data yourself, or you can subscribe to services. For instance, foreclosure listing service, which was created by George Roddy, and now I think it's just called Roddy's Foreclosure Listing Service. You can pay for that. You can subscribe to other real estate groups, such as I subscribe to Propelio, and Propelio produces foreclosure lists as part of our monthly subscription for some of the other tools that they provide. So there are avenues to get that information, usually costs you, or you can go to the county courthouse yourself and pull the data. And I know people who actually do that.
Very good, very good. And that's and then you got the tax sales too, and that's through TexasTaxSales.com, I believe it is, Arnie Aberson. So if you're interested in tax sales, and we have Arnie, Arnie's on our team, so he presents to our locations on a frequent basis, and we have some of our Impact Master trainers that are very active in tax sales. The Tunes are two of them that will they pretty much go to various tax sales every month and get a lot of properties and make some deals. Just throwing this out there, the numbers I got is general foreclosures were up about 14% in August. So I haven't seen September numbers yet of how far they were up on September numbers, but in August they were up 14%. They were expected to go up again. We've had a little slowdown on foreclosures, but they're available out there. Now CT Ford also has another question. Said they're new to real estate investing, and this is a great question for our group. Is there anyone in the group that is willing to work with someone who is brand new to learn step by step from start to finish of a deal? That's what we do. Tony, you want to throw that out there?
Yeah. Okay. CT. Certainly. You've heard from 3 of us Impact Master trainers tonight, and we do offer a mentoring program where we help you every step of the way. And we have a number of different training programs, and we find one that is suitable for the potential student. Because not everything is suitable. Not all the programs are suitable. Some are a little bit more advanced. So what I would suggest is, if you can, let us know what area you're in, and we can direct you to the appropriate Impact Master trainer in that area.
Very good. And the next one is he's wanting more information about the Alliance area. So obviously, or CT Ford. I'm sorry. I just assume you're a guy because that's kind of the way I am, I guess. We have a lot of women we work with. I call everybody, hey guys. So I'm sorry if I'm off base on that. But CT Ford, yes, we have that in the Alliance area. And Karen went over that a little earlier on when we're going to do that. So you can reach out. We'll be glad to get you some more information on that. See you up there. We also have Grapevine. We have Arlington. We have Hurst, Euless, Bedford area, all within this area here. And we're growing in the east to the Dallas area. We have 3 locations in East Texas, and then we have Wichita Falls. So Burleson. So we have a lot of areas that we have out there. So Bob Finning is in Waco, Texas, and just got a code name for your YouTube. Okay. And he is asking where he signs up for the November 13th training. Oh, that's me. That's the subject too. So if you go into Impact Waco on MeetUp.com, Tony has a link on there that you can sign up for that meeting. So it'll have more information on there and a link. Feel free to give Tony a call. Going to be down there in next week, not this week, but next week. So we'd love to have you at the meeting down there to learn more about it. I'll be down there, so I can tell you a little bit more about it. But so we're gonna be down there. What day is Waco again, Tony?
October 20th. And Robert, if you just go to, as Roger said, go to the Impact Waco MeetUp website and you go to events, you just scroll down, you'll see it. It's the November 13th event, and there's more description about what Roger's going to talk about that day. And you can just sign up right there. And it's a pretty easy process. Roger's going to teach it. It's an all-day event, and you're surely not going to want to miss it. Roger's going to have a lot of great information that's going to help you move your investment career forward.
All right, good deal. And then we have John Lyle. John's one of our students, so he's out in East Texas, and I think he stated today that he was on lesson number 7 of the REI skills program that we have. And CT Ford is in Arlington, so there you go. And CT Ford is a woman, so I'm sorry about that. Oh well, I got mud on my face now. Okay, John Lyle, CRM. You're out in East Texas. That it's a little more difficult to get the CRMs that are wonderful, but we have found that PropStream works well, Propelio works well, and is it Realist that we have found, but they all have free trials, and you want to go in and you want to kind of experiment and see what works best for you. Now, if you were in Arlington, Texas, any of them are going to be great because there's a lot of inventory to pull from. But if you're as you are, John, you're way out. If I'm not mistaken, you're way out in East Texas. It gets a little bit more challenging, but they do work. They're a little bit more work. But what's great about these third-party processes, even better than what we have in the MLS for what a realtor uses, is you can pull list up. You can pull up cash buyers in the area. You can pull up all kinds of different things that the realtors don't have access to. So reach out to Doug and Renee. Reach out to me. I'll be in Tyler Tuesday night. We can talk about that. And there's a lot of good CRMs out there. So
Roger, let me add to that if you don't mind. So for CRM, in addition to what Roger mentioned, which are I use Propelio, and we also have PropStream for calculating the CMAs. The CRM I use is REI Black Book, and it's an extremely powerful customer relationship management system that's built specifically for real estate investors, created by an IT guy who's also a real estate investor, Damon Remy. So it's a great service. I feel like I should get paid every time I mention it because I promote the heck out of it because I like it so much. It'll do everything for you that you're going to need to run your business. And so it's a wonderful service. If you want to know more information about it, you can reach out to me. And like Roger said about those others that he mentioned, REI Black Book also provides, I believe it's a 7-day free trial. So if you want more information, just reach out to me. Roger, if you don't mind, I'm going to mention something to CT Ford. She's asking if do a consultation. Absolutely. We'll be glad to sit down with you. I'll give you my phone number right now. If you want to reach out via phone, it's 817-832-6739. If you didn't get that, put it in the chat. And maybe, CJ, you can provide that in the chat. But if you'd like a consultation, reach out to me and we'll schedule a time that's convenient for you. And we'll sit down. Cindy and I will sit down. My wife and I will sit down with you and talk about what you would like to do in real estate.
Absolutely. And Tony, thank you for throwing that rope out and saving me on that CRM thing. I had comps on my mind. So there you go. So Tony's really good at throwing ropes out to me and bringing me back to shore. So there you go. So, well, good deal. Tony, thank you for being on here tonight. CJ, I don't know if you can put Tony's phone number on there. Tony, can you say your phone number one more time?
Yep. CJ's got it up there. 817
Oh.
832 6739.
Good deal. Good deal.
Thanks.
All right. All right. So CT Ford says that she will give you a call in the morning. So there we go. There we go. So Tony, thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about subject 2. We're going to be talking about this every week until November the 13th. We will not be holding a meeting the last Sunday of the month because that is Halloween. Halloween's big in my neighborhood. We shut off the streets of the neighborhood. We have walking traffic only. It is an incredible event, best 2 hours of the year. So we'll not be doing a meeting on Halloween, but we'll be doing a meeting every Sunday before and after that. So the next time we'll be skipping it is Thanksgiving and Christmas. So other than that, we'll be meeting. But November the 13th, we have a 1-day subject 2, start to finish. We're going to go over everything subject 2 there is. You will be receiving my book that will be actually off the press tomorrow afternoon. So I will have these available in this, and it has a ton of information in here of what you need to know, literally everything about subject 2, and nuts and bolts. We go through that in the class. You will be receiving a workbook that we have in here that will actually walk you through every aspect of subject 2, from marketing all the way through how to manage your properties, how to deal with clients, how to find clients, how to market for that. So that is going to be on November the 13th, South Fort Worth in the Forest Hill Civic Center. And the price on it, the early bird price on it is $299, and you can bring a friend. That is one friend for $100. So you will get a workbook. You'll get all kind. You'll get the documents that you need. You'll get everything that you need to facilitate a subject 2. You're going to be in a group. We're gonna build that group, or we're going to continue to build the group. We do this about once every 2 years in a location. So last year we did Wichita Falls and Longview. We will not be doing them again this year. So we do it about every 2 years. I'll be doing Houston. We're looking at San Antonio. We're looking at Oklahoma City. We're looking at all these different areas. So if you're saying, well, maybe I'll go to the next one, well, you're gonna be waiting a couple of years. Let me tell you something. A lot of stuff's happening right now in this business. A lot of people are fixing to go into panic mode. Some of them are in panic mode now, and that's when we acquire our subject 2s. So subject 2 is a wonderful way to pick up properties. You're not using your own credit, so we can definitely work with you on that. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can reach out to any of our locations, and you can register online, pay online. At the door, the price goes up $100, $399, and it goes, bring a friend, will go up to $150. So it's $299. You save $100 by registering early, because our room is going to be limited. We'll probably sell out again. We've sold out multiple times on this class. So the early bird price is $299. Bring a friend for $100. That's not bringing 5 friends for $100. That's bringing one. If you've got a third friend, they're going to be paid $299, and they can bring a friend for $100. So if you want to, you and a friend can register, and each of you are going to be $200. You can split between yourselves. So we have that November the 13th, all day on Saturday. We're excited to have that come into place. Once again, we're going to be talking about subject 2. Part of this on subject 2 is what is in your bucket list. What do you have out there that you have in your bucket list? What do you want to do? We just went to Cancun. That was a fun bucket list item. My wife and I are big Disney fans. Our goal is to go to every Disney park in the world. And back to Disney Paris, and we've got another trip scheduled this spring to Disney Orlando. So we love
It's
Disney.
totally
That's kind of who we are and what we do. And then but we will see you on November 13th. We'll be talking about that a lot at our meetings and on these future Sunday calls. So right now, to close this out, I want to bring in our founder and our guru. Everybody knows Dennis Henson. Dennis Henson has absolutely put together the best training for realtor investors there is in the industry. And there's a lot of great trainings out there, but they don't teach you the middle stuff. They don't teach you how to go forward with your business. They'll teach you how to buy houses. They'll teach you how to rehab a house. But we have a complete business plan. So CJ, can you throw Dennis on here real quick? And but we teach you at all of our Impact Master trainers. We teach you everything about it. So CJ or Dennis can't be here tonight, but we have Bum Bryant. So we got the football coach for Alabama. So there you go.
That's Paul Bryant.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay, whatever. I'm not a big football fan, so but I do like hats. I like hats. So I like your hat. I'm gonna steal that from you, Dennis.
Thank you. I'm
So
wearing.
Dennis, wrap this up.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, super. Well, you mentioned everything. It was a good call tonight. You mentioned pretty much everything. I think in the future, it'd be great if CJ would put all of the IMT's phone numbers and then kind of feature those as they're speaking. So when you say reach out to us, their number will be right there. It's, if you want to call me, my number is 817-371-8658. And Roger, you should give your number also. Go ahead and give it now.
All right. My number is 817-401-1767. 817-401-1767.
Okay. And Roger's book is available at subject2book.com or just go on Amazon. It's really a good book. So you don't have to wait for the event to get a book. Go ahead and buy it now. And really some super information in the forums. If you're doing subject to now, you need the book right now. And my book was just published last week. Let's see, The Royal Flush of Real Estate Investing. That's the first of a series of 12 books. The Royal Flush is why real estate investing is the best possible investment you can make. And then the next book is how to get started investing in real estate. And the following one is the 5 M's, the 5 skills that's needed in order to become successful. And then where to find the deals, where to find the money, time management. There's 12 in the series, and each one follows the past one. So when you finish, say, lesson number 4, where to find the deals, you're going to need the money, and that's the next one. So it goes right through the 5 M's: money, maintenance, marketing, managing. And then it also covers the 7 secrets of success in real estate investing. So look that up at DennisJHenson.com or go to Amazon and just type in Dennis Henson. All of the meetings that are coming up, see what meeting is happening in your area. Join us for the meeting. You're going to really like the meetings. They're very educational. We got wonderful IMT instructors that can help you get your real estate business started. And then if you work with them, that gives you access to Roger, Randy Hughes, myself, Karen. You guys got lots of backup. All your questions will be answered. We'll hold your hand and make sure that you're successful, that your real estate investing business takes off. You make money on every deal, and you don't risk losing a lot of money because you don't know the ins and outs of the business. So other than Norma and I had a blast at the getaway, gosh, the people there were just so wonderful. And the events were so much fun. I enjoyed the real estate events best. And then I think next to that, I enjoyed karaoke. We had so much talent in our group. Out of the 60 people, we must have had 10 or 12 people that were that participated in the karaoke, and it was really fun. And some of them were professional. Ed Zinnemann's daughter, professional musician, beautiful. And then Renee and Doug, they should be professionals. They're wonderful. Doug ended it up with a song just blew me away. Had no idea that he was that talented. So the next getaway is going to be around the end of March, somewhere around March the 27th. So go to mastermindgetaway.com to keep up with what's being planned and what's happening. Leave a note there. We'll put you on the mailing list so that you'll know immediately when we make the decision about when, where, what, price, and so forth. So, Roger, unless there are any other questions or comments, I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Dennis. No, I think we're good. We had a great turnout tonight. I am just absolutely ready for this thing to kick off. I mean, really, I'm talking about my subject 2. I'm excited to have the people registering that I've seen registering for that. Get on there, get registered, make that happen for you. We can accommodate you. We're going to have lunch. One thing that I did not mention is we're going to have dinner the Friday night. We're all going to go out. We're going to meet. Dinner's on you. Where it's not going to be a free dinner, but it's going to be. We're going to find a place somewhere in that area. We'll also have we're working this week to get a block of rooms at one of the hotels. There's about 4 hotels that are right there by the convention center. So we'll get you some economical hotels down there, a Holiday Inn Express or the Marriott or whatever we go to down there to make that happen for you. So we'll have more information on that. Dennis mentioned the websites out there. So pre-order the books. My subject 2 website, subject number 2 book.com, subject with the number 2 book.com. It's down. I don't know if it'll be back up tomorrow. I got my webmaster on there. We had to totally change it because the books are coming off the press, and I didn't want to pre-sell books on there before I knew that it was actually going to be off the press. We had a little challenge with that. So other than that, thank you all so much. We will be back on here next week at Sunday at 7:00, and we appreciate everybody that is coming on here. So Bob, I just mentioned about that, and then Amazon won't put my book on until it's published, so it'll be on Amazon this week too. But if you come to the event, you get the book for free, and we're going to make this thing happen for you. So give me a couple of days, probably midweek, to make sure that website is up and functioning correctly, and then I'll confirm with the printers that it's off the press tomorrow afternoon. Other than that, thank you all for being on here tonight. Thank you for all the IMTs that are on here tonight. I don't see any other questions that have popped up. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Good night and have a pleasant week and productive, and learn something this week. Good deal. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Tony, Renee, Karen, everybody that's on here tonight. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.